Today's the ultimate homemade comfort food.
Chicken pot pie with a savory, creamy filling loaded with roasted chicken and tender vegetables.
And then that is baked and encased in a flaky, buttery homemade crust.
Oh, every bite is comfort food. Heaven.
It is heaven. You guys, we've been waiting to do this one. This has been on the blog a while, and
we're doing it a little different this time.
Are we?
Yeah. Because our original was just the top crust, but now
we're doubling them up. We're doubling up. So let's get going. So I got a large skillet here that I've melted 6 tablespoons. I'm gonna turn up my heat to 6 tablespoons over medium heat, and I'm gonna now add, this is 1 medium onion that I have chopped, and I've got 8 ounces of just button mushrooms that I have cut into slices, and we're going to cook this until it's nice and soft and those mushrooms have cooked down and begun to release their liquid.
Yes, and I am buttering my ramekins. This is what we're going to put the pot pies in, and look at that crust.
Yeah. So let's talk crust, shall we?
Look at it.
It is the upper crust, you guys.
It is the best crust ever.
You can definitely use store-bought. Store-bought is good, but man, oh man, if you make it from scratch, it's really not that hard. I have the recipe. You can do it in your food processor. It comes together like that. So this recipe makes enough to make 4 good, hearty pot pies. We're using these. I believe these are 10-ounce ramekins that you can use any kind of a vessel that will hold it. But let me just tell you what we did. I made 2 pie crusts, which was enough for a 9-inch pie dish, and I rolled out one of them. And you're going to want to roll it out. Well, first of all, what I did was I cut it in half on a floured surface, and then I got my rolling pin and I just rolled that out to. You want it to be about 10 inches in diameter, because that's going to, like we said, we're doing the top and the bottom, the way we grew up with it, right? But these aren't frozen. These are so much better.
They are.
And so then I got my other pie crust, and I rolled it out, and that's going to be the top.
Yes.
So then I just find something that's around a little larger than your ramekin. We had the top to one of our pots that was perfect.
Can I fill this now?
Go ahead and fill it.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to use for the top. We're not going to do that yet because we got to continue making the filling.
Yeah, so I am putting the bottom crust in, and it is, oh, y'all. So I basically folded it into quarters so that I know that I'm going to get it all the way down in there. And then I'm just going to unfold it in the ramekin. Look at that, you guys.
And you're going to have to like bunch it a little bit. It doesn't, it's not.
Yeah, and you're going to have leftovers on the top.
And you're going to have to trim away some top.
We go.
You got a knife to trim away that?
I do.
Okay.
No, I have my fingers.
Oh, your fingers, even better. So that, if you have a little.
I'm just me. I like a little thickness on this crust.
Yeah,
right here.
you want a little girth in your dough.
It is so
You don't want it so
good.
thick that it's like, too much.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh, this crust is to die for. It's buttery, it's heavenly.
I don't want to break the crust, though, because
No, you don't.
if you break the crust, then you got a leakage, and I don't want that to happen.
No.
Yes.
So while you're doing that, let me talk. Over here, we got multiple things going on. A lot of this you can do in advance. Obviously, the dough you can make like days in advance. Just wrap it in plastic, let it hang out in the fridge. We've got our chicken, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. You can use rotisserie, but go with roasted. It's even better. And over here on the stove, I've got this is what takes all of this, puts this to a level you won't believe. I've got my homemade chicken stock over here. And I'm got it just simmering on low. I want it to be warm whenever I'm going to put it into this with the roux. And just to amp up the flavor, why not? I've got 1 chicken bouillon cube that I'm going to crumble in here, and I'm going to kind of stir this around with my whisk, so it gets nice and dissolved. Again, it amps up those flavors.
Yeah. So I cut off the excess, and I'm bunching it here because I'm gonna, for when I put on the top, I have something to anchor the top to.
Okay.
Listen to me.
You're such a baker.
I know.
That looks good.
All right. So I'm gonna quickly just do this other one.
Okay. Okay. Look at that.
Yay! Now we're gonna parbake these, meaning we're gonna just put them in the oven for a little bit, and I'm gonna get these. Make sure that this doesn't bubble. So I'm gonna add some some beads.
So some pie weights. You don't have to use pie weights. I have a link to these. I love them. They're easy. But if you don't have pie weights, no big deal. You've seen us do this before. You can use dried beans. You can use rice. I've even, in a pinch, put in pennies in there. Just make sure you've got something to kind
You got some hot pennies.
Yeah, make sure you got something to, you're not putting dirty pennies on your on your dough.
All right.
And we've got our oven preheated. We're going to really cook these quickly at on high heat at 425 degrees. And then we're going to continue making this filling.
Thank you. I needed that.
And then
I needed a little help.
well,
I can't believe I'm doing everything.
I know, it's just amazing. You're such a hard worker. You're such a good loon. Okay, so now these are getting close. You see how these are tender? I really want these to cook down. I don't want my mushrooms to be too gigantic. You may not have ever had...
Real quick, these are going in.
Yep. You may not have had mushrooms in your pot pie, and once you do, you're going to say, where have you been all my life? If you don't like mushrooms, then just leave them out. Just saute the onions, okay? So this is only going to go for a few more minutes. Those are going to go for 12 minutes. You want to set that clock?
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll come back and finish the sauce. Yay! Okay, these have cooked down. These are beautiful.
Those look delicious.
Smells so good. I love the smell of onions and mushrooms, but it's going to get even better. All right, now we're going to create a...
Whoa. Oh, dear.
Whoa,
I got to warm up.
Yeah, you need to vocalize a little bit. This is 3/4 cup all-purpose flour, and we're just going to do this until it really coats those veggies.
It's good and thick.
It thickens it up. It doesn't get too thick. It's not
but it's a good thickness.
It is a good thickness. It's not like concrete. But anyway, and we're going to you want to cook this for about a minute until we get that flour taste cooked out. And then I brought my warm chicken stock over here. Again, you can use store-bought if you want to in a pinch, but I would definitely make it if you possibly can. I've got the recipe. Make it in advance. You use it for soups, for chicken pot pie, for so many, many, many things.
What do you need?
Okay, so now I'm going to just start adding this in like a little bit, a cup at a time, if not.
Oh, y'all, this chicken stock.
Yeah,
I call it liquid gold.
It really does make a big difference, and it is liquid gold. It is amazing.
Years ago, I wrote a blog post called "Liquid Gold."
No, you called it the making of the stock.
Oh, the making of the stock.
Yes,
because like every winter in this little apartment in uptown Manhattan, Chris would start roasting his chicken to get to start to boil it, and just the house would smell amazing, and you'd know it'd be like. Oh, good stuff! Good stuff is coming.
All right, are you going to talk about your beautiful little leaves?
Oh yeah. So
now I'm going to add go ahead. I'm going to add the rest of this. Is a total of 6 cups of chicken broth.
I love how you say, "Are you going to talk about this?"
I know, and then I keep talking. It's the way I.
Look at my. These are decorative for the tops.
They are so decorative.
I know, of the tops of my pot pies. I just took the extra dough, rolled it out, cut little leaf shapes, and then I took with my knife just like little dashes to make it look like the veins of the leaves. Isn't that fun?
It is fun.
That's fun.
It adds just a little touch to your, I'm telling you, how many times have you ever been served? I mean, maybe at a really awesome restaurant, you get like homemade, but a lot of times even then, they kind of cheat and they put the puff pastry on the top. That's good, but man, you do it like this, and when we show you how you're gonna serve it, okay, so I'm gonna continue cooking this until it gets nice and thick, and then you let those come out and let them cool for just a second.
Okay, these are...
Oh, they smell good.
Look at that.
And you can see how my filling is starting to get that. It's kind of like a gravy texture, which is heavenly.
Okay, so I want to get rid of these beads. Let's see. The best way so I don't hurt myself.
So you don't burn yourself.
Yes.
It'd be fun watching, but everyone would be like, oh, Wesley.
There you go. Here we go, just like that. Oh, that crust is just baked enough. There we go.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
There we go.
Now, while you're doing that, let me talk a little bit about another star of there's so many stars of chicken pot pie, but I mean, you want your chicken to be really good too. Again, this is something, if you're gonna go the 9 yards and make homemade chicken pot pie, do it all to the nth degree, I say. This is roasted chicken. I love, like Wesley said, when we make the stock, you can make, I do my roasted chicken separately from the stock. What I do is I get 2 large chicken breasts, bone in, skin on, and I just brush a little olive oil over the top, and then I salt and pepper that, and then I put them in the oven at 350 degrees for about 50 minutes until you reach an internal temperature of 165. Take them out, let them cool, and then peel that skin off. If you're not trying to diet like we are, like why are we making this? We're trying to diet. But
For the neighbors.
try to resist eating the skin, but it is super delicious. And then you just peel, when it's cool enough to handle, peel away that chicken and cube it, chop it up, and you've got heavenly delicious chicken. Or you can use rotisserie chicken. Okay, how are we doing over there?
I'm good. These are just waiting for you.
Oh, okay. So now we're going to bring this all together. It's starting to thicken a little bit. No, it's thickened nicely. I'm going to add a healthy dose, about a teaspoon and a half of kosher salt. And then we're going to do a nice teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit and stir that in. Now we're going to start stirring in all the wonderful components. We'll do the chicken last because it's, you know, the star of the show. Then we've got, this is 2 large carrots that I cut. I peeled and then I sliced into like medallion slices, about a 1/4 inch thick. What I did is you want to make sure that they're nice and soft, just to help that kind of along the way. I got some boiling water. I dumped those carrots in that boiling water. Let them hang out in there for about 2 minutes, drain them, and and it just softens them, and it's really, really nice. Now we're gonna add this delicious roasted chicken that we talked about. Isn't this looking
Yeah.
like the ultimate?
It's crazy.
My mouth is watering.
It's so crazy.
It's crazy. It's cray cray. Okay, and now we've got, of course, now we're gonna add, because we wanna really get things really luxurious, I have got a 1/4 cup of heavy cream.
You know what
that
I
I'm
forget?
gonna. What'd you forget?
I forget that I've got to put it back onto this.
The baking sheet. Yeah.
Yes.
So now look at this. Now you may be thinking, wow, that is an awful lot of filling for 2 people. It is. This easily makes enough for, depends on the size of your vessels, but 4 to 6 pot pies. We're only doing 2 today. This is a 1/4 cup of chopped parsley, but you can save any filling that you don't use, which I always do, and then it freezes. It'll freeze.
That filling is
It's all, and it's so good by itself. It's tempting to eat it like soup.
It's a commodity in our house.
I know.
Like I'll trade it. Hot commodity.
A hot commodity. Okay, and that was a 1/4 cup of frozen peas, sweet peas, and look at that. I mean, that is the classic pot pie filling. Okay, so now we're going.
Bring it on over here.
Bring it on over. This should be interesting. Okay, be careful. You got hot filling here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now,
Do you have your ladle? Oh, there.
got my ladle. Yep. Where did it go?
It's right there.
Oh, there it is, right here. Okay.
Flows in the way.
Flows in the way. Okay. So now we're just going to ladle this in.
Closer to you so that you don't get all messy.
Thank you. And then we're just gonna look at that.
Oh!
Fill it pretty much to the top. It will, as it bakes, you know how you used to do it as a kid, it kind of simmers over the top. We're gonna make some slits in the top.
Yes.
And it will probably steam, ooze out a little at the top, but that's okay.
Just a little more in
Just
that
a
one.
little more. I mean, we don't want to be skimpy.
Yeah. There we go.
That's beautiful. Okay. All right,
I'm
do
gonna
your
move this
magic.
over here. Could you get this out of the way?
I certainly can.
Thank
I will
you.
do that. I'd be happily to do that.
I just want to get my other pieces of dough. Look
So
at
that's the
Chris did these perfectly circular with the lid of a
the
pan.
lid helped. Yeah, it wasn't me. You find something, or you can just eyeball it. This is homemade.
All
Okay.
right. So, Chris, do you want to cut in the slits of those?
Sure.
We did it like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So
And I've got some egg wash, which is a little water and an egg, and I just want to put it on the the top of this right here.
kind of acts like glue.
Yeah. So that.
So what I'm doing here is I'm adding 4. You can add 3 to 4 slits right through this top dough that's going to go on, and that allows steam to escape. Then you're not going to get this like all flowing over the sides. But if you do get a little flowage, no big deal. That's why we put this on the baking sheet, because if you do get some to spill over, you're not going to mess up your stove. Look at all my filling that I have left.
Oh. All right. I am going to put this on the top.
Lovely.
I'm going to stretch it a bit so that it's all. There we go.
Yeah. and then you just
Wow,
seal
look
it.
at that. Let's get it.
And don't worry if you're thinking, are they gonna adhere to each other? They do. They bake together,
do.
and that egg wash really helps.
My watch is magnetic, so it just stuck to the pan.
Oh, it's
Okay.
stuck
Chris.
on you.
Hold on,
Okay.
let me just.
Now we've got an egg wash here. This is one egg that we mixed with like a tablespoon of cool water. Let me just do this. Oh, we want to go ahead and put your.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Because that
You're
kind
right.
of sticks it too.
You're right. You're right. Good call. Okay, so
While
now
you're
we're
doing
just going
that,
to
I'm
cover
go
that.
over here and do this. Oh, there we go. That looks lovely. It looks fun too.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
Wait till the finished product.
Okay. Now,
What this egg wash does is it just gives it that beautiful golden, crusty top that we all know and love so much. Okay.
and now I'm putting on my finishing touches. My leaves. Look at that. That is adorable.
It is so it's so festive. It's so perfect. For my sister, who I'm making some of these for, she has says that chicken pot pies are her favorite comfort food in the wintertime. I think in the summer she moves on to something else. But anyway, I agree. These really are. And there's something about these leaves just make it feel fun and festive. Oh, is that it? Oh, okay.
That's
all right.
it.
Now we're going to just finish it off with just a little coarse salt. This is my coarse kosher salt. Do a little ground pepper on top. We've lowered our oven to 350 degrees, and we are going to let this bake now. It goes for, just keep an eye on it. You know it's done when the crust is golden on top because the innards are already cooked. So that typically takes around 45.
Oh, I gotta lower this. I just
45
realized
to
that.
50 minutes. So he's going to lower that, and then we're going to do it at 350 to 45 to 50 minutes, and then they're done.
Yay!
Okay, the moment we've been waiting for. At least it's ready.
It smells amazing in here.
I know.
Look at those.
Look at those.
Oh, I love it.
It's so, I mean, they're
Can
homey.
you still see my leaves?
You can. They're right
Okay.
there. They're
Oh,
beautiful, like right
good.
there. They're so gorgeous. Now, they're also molten lava. So we're going to let them chill out here for a few moments. But the really exciting part, and you never know, it always works for us, but watch this be the one time
it doesn't.
We're going to remove it from there once we can handle it.
Put it on our
over
plates.
there, and hopefully, God willing, it will work. And then we dig in.
Yeah.
Okay, the moment we've been waiting for.
Yes.
You don't have to go through all of this, guys. We just like to be fancy. You know that about us.
Yeah, we took Chris's out already. Oh, yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Oh.
So yeah, it also just when we were, we tried to not hold you guys up, so we rushed a little bit. Thank you. We rushed a little bit when we were doing the. It's easier if you get a knife to cut away the bottom crust because you want to
Look
make
at
sure you got
that.
enough crust to attach it to the top. But look at how
Yeah, yours looks good too. It just a little
Yeah,
bit
just mine.
of, we were rushing.
We were nervous, so we went ahead and tested mine. Look at that, Wesley.
Okay.
That's a pot pie.
This is going to be a good reveal. All right, you ready, guys?
I know. I want to watch. I want to watch your big reveal.
Here we go.
Oh boy. And this has been sitting for about 15 minutes, so it's gonna.
Oh, it's hot still. That's lava.
Oh man.
I'm done. Oh, look at it, Chris. It's just oozing out.
Oh.
It is. Now that is a pot.
That
What
is
is
a
it?
pot-
It's a PP ooze.
PP ooze.
A pot pie ooze.
That sounds gross. Anyway.
All right, I've got to have some of this and that crust.
Oh, the crust. I know.
Okay.
It's like, remember as a kid when you'd eat this and you couldn't wait and you'd look, oh my God, it's so hot, and you'd burn your mouth.
Yeah, that's
But it
what's
was
gonna
worth
that's
it.
what's going to happen right now.
It was so worth it. All right. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
And we're done.
You guys. All right. This is 1,000,000% Loon approved.
Let's get right to that so we can keep eating.
Make pot pie, do a double crust, and chase your blues away.
Man.
Wow.
It is heavenly. It is heavenly.
Oh.
All right, you guys.
Make a double crust.
Double crust it, baby. Double Dutch crust. We
Top and
love
bottom.
you guys so much. Make pot pie. It makes the world a much better place.
Oh, or at least your house.
Yeah. All right, we love you guys so much.
Mwah.